There we go. Now it's going. Hello everybody and welcome to another Fit to Read, as I'm going to go over the comic books that I picked up in the month of May. And we're starting it off here with Sonic the Hedgehog Imposter Syndrome, issue 4 of 4, ending this mini-series where we follow Dr. Starline, Surge, and Kimitsu. Kimitsu? Whatever his little name is. Let's see. Kisunami. So in this issue, we see that the team of 3 baddies are finally doing their big move against Eggman's main base, so Dr. Starline could take over the entire Eggman Empire. Meanwhile, the 2 others, Surge and Katsumi, and I had that name a moment ago, are doing what he says with their own plans to backstab him when they get a chance. A lot of nice action here as we see the 2 villains take out robots left and right and even go up against the Metal Sonic. Meanwhile, Eggman does make an escape at the end, so we're about to see a major fight coming up in the issue 50 of Sonic the Hedgehog, of Sonic against these new villains along with Eggman and his army of robots. So a good way to finish off this mini-series, even though that doesn't have a major conclusion or a real one, as it all is just built up and set up for issue 50 and everything else that's going to take place after it. Continuing with that build up to issue 50 is Sonic the Hedgehog issue 49, as we see Sonic, Tails, and Bell try to figure out how to mimic the peaceful, calm signal given off by Motobud to all the other robots in the area to eventually making Robotnik's army peaceful. But this happens about the same day as the issue 4 of Imposter Syndrome, so it's at this point that Dr. Starline has control of the Eggman's main base and has sent out a control signal to all of Eggman's robots, calling them to that base to fortify and consolidate his power. That includes Bell and Motorbud, but Bell is eventually saved from the signal thanks to Tails and a prototype gadget he has, as they follow Motorbud to where he's headed to, which is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog issue 50, where it's going to be like a major 3-way, maybe 4-way showdown between everybody. So good art, characters are coming along nicely. That's all built up to the big issue 50, which is going to be coming up at the end of June, I believe. So we're going to go over to Godzilla versus the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 2. I think this is going to be a 5-issue series. Issue 3 is already out, which I have. So, got this lovely artwork here from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers artist. And we see the Megazord go up against Godzilla. They both greatly hurt each other. And it's with the help of Rita Repulsa that the aliens were able to subdue both of Godzilla and the Power Rangers, even capturing the Green Ranger. I'm liking this series so far, as it's 2 franchises that I've wanted to see crossover since I was a kid. And I gotta say that I feel that they're really sticking to the lore of both series quite well. Can't wait to get to issue 3, as we're going to see more of the Godzilla monsters team up or go against the monsters featured in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Speaking of Godzilla, we got Godzilla Rivals with the King Ghidorah anniversary issue. Taking place in Tokyo in 1996, we see aliens are invading the Earth. Our main force is in Tokyo. But thanks to Godzilla, a lot of those ships get destroyed, but Godzilla gets captured. Grueling war goes on for several months between the humans and the alien invaders, but it's thanks to a supervillain, Doctor Who, that they're able to create weapons and technology to slow, at least, the advance of the aliens, and even come up with a counter plan of how to attack them on their planet of Mars. Or was it X? I forget which planet they are from. Meanwhile, Godzilla is taken prisoner, fighting off various monsters in a gladiatorial coliseum to distract the masses of the aliens from the actual burden of the war is on their own species as well. I think this is my favorite of the 3 Godzilla Rivals comics so far. The artwork is very good, and I like the human characters in this more than the other 2, as this all seems more aligned to a traditional 60s Godzilla movie. And also we get a little bit more of the aliens here too than we would in other Godzilla movies, or even in the other comic that I just went over. So definitely a must, don't know if to say it's a must read, but definitely highly recommended read for Godzilla fans who miss those old days of the Showa era of Godzilla movies. Now, dealing with aliens on another planet, we got Alien issue 11, where the spinners from the main colony village are trying to make their escape from the caves of the Beta colony. They eventually do, and they make their way to the Gamma colony, where they'll eventually see that it will also be overrun by aliens, but also have others there too waiting for them. I mean, the company is going to company, the army is going to army, and civilians like these are going to be in the middle dying. Looks like this story arc is going to end in the next issue of issue 12, which hopefully will get a few more answers and a satisfying ending to a story arc. Over on Cowboy Bebop issue 3, I think this is also a 5-issue series, maybe 6, I forget. But we see the Bebop crew have managed to collect all of the out-of-date or no longer being made noodles to trade for the extra quantum vests in their attempts to capture Melville and his ability to evade and dodge all danger coming his way. It's a fun little issue of bounty hunter versus bounty hunter, of misinformation being led around of who has who and what they're really after. Meanwhile, some dirty cops and the syndicate get involved also even more. But this is not a real lore-filled issue. It's just more of the action of bounty hunter versus bounty hunter. I really am liking the art style, and I don't know, this really does feel like it fits in the story-wise of an episode of the anime. Can't wait till I actually do see the actual live-action series, no matter what I've heard about it. And on the limited series of Monkey Prince number 4, pretty sure this is a 5-issue series, we see Marcus is getting much used to his monkey powers and has to team up with Robin to save his parents from a demon-possessed penguin. Artwork is very nice. I like to joke this one a little more, and we're actually getting the main purpose of Marcus and his powers and why he has been chosen to be this. I'm sure we'll get more in the next issue, which might be the last until he'll probably just show up in cameos and crossovers in the future. But I do like this little series. This is my favorite so far, as we get to see him and more of his purpose in the whole universe altogether. And also he gets to interact with Batman without, freaking out. He's growing as a character. And lastly, here we got Star Wars The High Republic number 15. I haven't been doing Star Wars High Republic lately because I couldn't find issue 11 anywhere for the longest time. I finally got it so I could catch up on it and read the following issues up to 15. This is the last issue of this major story arc. The series should return in the fall, picking up or just taken up in a different spot. In this issue, the Jedi are in Starlight, along with the evil creatures that are known to easily kill Jedi and that have been lost in history. Seeker, who's separated from the Force, is the only one that could go toe-to-toe with these things, as not being connected to the Force means that none of the abilities of these creatures will have an effect on them. Meanwhile, the other Jedi continue the evacuation, not knowing that the Nil prisoners and their leader has escaped from their cells and is starting to kill Jedi and take over their ship. As that happens, Starlight continues to fall and is eventually destroyed at the end. I gotta say, I do like this series. I'm starting to read the IDW series of Star Wars The High Republic to get more into the state of the galaxy during this period. And it's Star Wars being Star Wars. Good read if you like what they've been doing so far. and it's definitely a departure from some of the other Disney's attempts at Star Wars. So those are the books that I've picked up, not including free comic book days. I'll probably do those in a separate video. And keep an eye out for future videos, as I would also go over Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 3 and various other comics that will be coming out